Hi, welcome to Revelator John again. So this is just another video about the state of West Ham United, and not so much about the team this time, more about the stadium and what can potentially happen with the stadium. So big news today that the owners of the stadium, who we pay a lease rent to, basically, the cost of converting all the changes to the stadium have been millions, overspent, and the cost of running it is basically way too much. So, the writing's on the wall. Let's face it, at some point it's just going to be too expensive for them to, it's either going to be bankruptcy or whatever. Well, bankruptcy, I'm not sure how that would, but the Mayor of London come in today, full investigation. He wants to try and renegotiate terms, but I don't know how that's going to work because, West Ham got a legally binding contract, to occupy and pay rent on that stadium. So I'm not sure how that's going to work at all. I don't think they can do anything, They're going to try, but it ain't going to work. So I think the only way, and maybe this is what Sullivan, Gold and Brady were after all the time, they thought, well, this is a ridiculously good thing, we'll put up with a stadium that's just not suitable enough, wait till they get themselves completely in hot water, with the running costs, then we'll buy it off them at a knockdown price, or we'll just like a pound, we pay you £1 for this, we'll just take the debt off you. And then, if that happens, let's say, the Three Stooges actually came good for the fans and said, right, well, we've moved you here. Now we're going to make the stadium our own. Now, so I was speaking to a mate of mine the other day who's a big Man City fan, huge Man City fan, right? And he was telling me, we were discussing the Etihad Stadium, and I wasn't sure who now owned the Etihad Stadium. Was it Manchester Council or was it Man City themselves? I think it's Man City. Anyway, I'll have to check the facts on that. But if you know the answer, please comment below. But anyway, so he was saying what they did, because it was originally the stadium for the Commonwealth Games held in Manchester a few years ago. Then Man City took it over. So a similar kind of situation to what happened with us. They took it over, and what they did, it was an athletic stadium, so they dug up the track and they dug down. They dug down a whole level down, and then they put the football pitch at the bottom, right? And they added another lower tier seating, so that actually brings down the seating all the way down. So then now you've got a proper football stadium, and apparently it works. I've not been there myself, but it works. And he was telling me he had a tour around the stadium literally just the other day, and all the new services they got up there. It sounds amazing, really. And so much of the stuff that we're lacking at, the London Stadium. But there is potential here. There is potential for, if it all goes peaked on with the finances from the current owners of the stadium, if we as a club, if this is the grand plan that we're not even sure about, if this is a grand plan that the board and the West Ham can actually buy the ground, and then will they, this is a big question, will they spend the money, or will put all that money that they're saving right now, get all the TV money, will they put that into the stadium? Can the structure support us digging out, excavating the track and going all the way down and sinking the pitch, add another tier down? Would that work? I don't know. I'm not even sure if that works. I've just said, just come off the top of my head. So, could that be done? Or are they waiting to buy the stadium and then sell up to some whatever, hedge fund somewhere, or some, Middle East, consortium or whatever, for mega bucks? Because then they've got a tangible asset, a London asset. Then they've got, a club in London, which is, tick, 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 for a lot of these investors. And it's, if they can stay in if we can stay in the Premier League, big if, it's another tick as well. So, watch your space. Who knows? This is going to be interesting times. I'm still filled with dread, really, over the whole, I've always said the financial deal, about going there, there's something not right with it. Something not right with us going there. And my views are perfectly open. Never thought we should have left. That's by the by. We're there. We're gone. You know, what can I say? I'll bitch and moan for the day I die that we shouldn't have gone, but there you go. But that's not, you know, I'm never going to stop supporting our club. I'm never going to stop supporting wanting the team to do well and doing all I can to support them wherever I can and whenever I can. And you know, so you know, that's what my thoughts were today, really. You know, heard the news about the stadium, the finances, and I'm just wondering, you know, is this something that we're going to look to for the future? You know, and is it a possible reality? You know, but so many other things we need to spend money on. Obviously, you know, players. We need to get rid of a lot of dead wood. We need to breathe new life into the team. Show them, you know, more commitment, more passion, more quality. Quality is, you know, is a big thing as well. But we need fighters in there. We need leaders in there. You know, on the pitch. We just don't have it at the moment. So troubling times for us at all, of course. You know, and I keep on saying to all my mates, I say, you know, this is the worst I've seen us in 40 years. You know, over 40 years I've been, you know, following Hammers and never seen us this bad. Consistently bad. Performance-wise, bad. And, you know, we've got a real risk of going down here. You know, a realistic risk of going down here, being relegated. And we're gonna be playing Championship football next year in that stadium. You know, beggars belief, really. And you know, it's not going to be full. It's not going to be full. Maybe, you know, if we're lucky, we'll come straight back up. So maybe a lot of the fans, and even the transient fans, if you like, or the tourist fans who just want to watch Premier League football, okay, who just happen to get a season ticket hold, you know, or get the tickets, whatever. You know, maybe they'll stick with us, you know, for another season in the hope that we'll come back up. But if we don't come back up, certainly after the second season in the Championship, that stadium will be half empty. Definitely guarantee it will, because you know they just won't. You know, people won't go to watch West Ham. You know, and I saw the writing on the wall of this about 15, 20 years ago. You know, I was down at Upton Park, and you know what? It was probably when the first couple of years when Premiership started. I don't know. I can't remember. It seems like a lifetime ago. But there was in front of me. There was a whole bank of supporters. From the Far East, from the Middle East, from China, Japan. I'm not sure. They all had the cameras out, but they're more interested in themselves, and just they weren't fans. You know what I mean? They were there for the event. They were there for experience something new, which is all great. Don't get me wrong, and that's all fantastic. And I want people to come from all over the world to watch our team, and I want people to experience football, and I want people to have the chance to buy a ticket and go to a game and everything. No matter who you are, if you want to. But it just goes to show that the Premiership, as it's gone on throughout the years, has just attracted more and more tourists, let's put it that way, and they're football tourists, and especially in the Premiership, they just want to go and watch a Premiership match, and they couldn't get a ticket, for Arsenal or Chelsea or Spurs or whatever. So let's go try and get a ticket or season ticket for West Ham. We move into a big stadium, more capacity. Let's see if we can go there. And that's why we got a current waiting list of 50,000 odd just to get into the London Stadium, because everybody wants the Premiership experience. Okay, load of bollocks. As soon as we go down, that'll all disappear. They'll all go. They won't want to know. They'll want to go, to the next team that comes up. So real dire warning. We're in dire trouble of going down. So the whole stadium issue, the finances, and everything, and next year big problem. So I don't know. Anyway, so that's one of my worries for tonight. Anyway. Big match on Sunday, Man City. Come on, you Whites.